Okay. So I just got done watching Shall Not Be Infringed Everyday Carry video. Excellent. Excellent video. Makes a good point. So, first things first, I want to go down here and thank everybody for my 102 subs I have now. Probably going to go do a contest, but I want to take some time to think about it. Think about how I want to do it. Just want to make a couple points. This is our debt. You can go to www.usdebtclock.org. If I'm watching the media, I'm trying to follow the money. It's not very easy to do. So I'm trying to figure out why all these people that are protesting in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, there's like 40 cities now in the U.S. that have protesters. I'm not sure why it's not getting any mainstream media attention. So I wanted to look into it a little bit because, you know, I'm one of those constitutional guys, and I started thinking about the Fourth Amendment, how they took it away from us in 08. And yeah, by the way, it's gone. For those of you who don't know, look it up. YouTube has plenty of videos from the Senate floor where they did it. They voted it in. I think I talked about it before in another video. Now the 100 senators, 70 of them weren't even briefed on it when they passed it. I think it was 68 to 21. And yeah, Barack Obama voted for it. Ron Paul did not. Anyway, I wanted to look at the media. Who owns the media? So I go to this website, Economic Collapse, and talks about who owns the media. It says there's 6 corporations who collectively control U.S. media today. Time Warner, Walt Disney, Viacom, Rupert Murdoch's News Corp, CBS Corporation, NBC, Universal. Together, the Big 6 absolutely dominate news and entertainment in the U.S. It goes back through and it talks about it, then it goes through and talks about Clear Channel that owns 1,000 radio stations, and companies like Google, Yahoo, Microsoft are increasingly dominating the net. So it's like, alright, so I'm gonna look up some of this stuff. And I'm looking around and I'm going, okay, so Google buys YouTube for $1.6 billion, right? We've seen that before. So I'm thinking, well, YouTube, you can still pretty much get outlet for different news. I mean, that's where I'm getting all the stuff from New York, what's going on. I'm getting it from people that are posting on YouTube. So I'm wondering, you know, who owns Google? So I go through and I'm searching, and voting powers at Google, you know, goes to the stockholders. So who owns it? Well, they're saying the stockholders own it. That originally, going back up, you know, Sergey Brin and Larry Page started it. And they have their top 10 stockholders, but as of 09, which I'm sure it's changed, the number of shareholders outstanding was 318 million. Of this figure, 40% held by large institution mutual funds. Alright, so now you're getting into mutual fund stuff. So I'm looking around and I'm thinking, okay, Huffington Post is one of those ones that aren't owned. Well, AOL bought them. Bought them in 2011 for $315 million. Okay, so now I can't really get unbiased news from the Huffington Post because it got bought by AOL. Well, who owns AOL? Time Warner. Time Warner was one of the original Big 6. Okay, so I'm taking them off the table. Now, I'm looking at different things, and I keep going back to this debt clock that we have, and looking at the U.S. federal spending at $3.5 trillion, and the U.S. federal budget deficit's at 1.3. So I come across this other article. J.P. Morgan Chase & Company just gave the New York City Police Department $4.6 million to the New York City Police Foundation. The gift was the largest in the history of the foundation and will enable New York City Police Department to strengthen security in the Big Apple. Now, the New York City Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly sent CEO and Chairman James Dimion a note expressing profound gratitude for the company's donations. Somebody handed me $4.6 million to something that I was in charge of. I'd probably do more than give profound gratitude. I mean, that's, you know, it's a hell of a thing. So I wanted to think, well, who owns J.P. Morgan Chase Bank? And I couldn't really get into it because it's a publicly traded stock company owned by shareholders around the world. It's a global finance services company based in New York City. Okay. Manages $2 trillion in asset. $2 trillion. Okay. $2 trillion. Now, national debt, U.S. federal budget deficit's only 1.3. And U.S. federal spending's 3.5. Now, if your company has that much money, $2 trillion in assets, and you're in between those numbers, how long do you think those people that are protesting are really going to last? Especially when they're giving $4.6 million to the New York City Police Department. And before anybody that I know on here, because I know a couple people that are in New York City, and one or two of them are police officers that I talk to. I'm not talking about you guys particularly, unless you break the law and then you're a scumbag. But how long is it before the money chases the end tail? And when we're talking about the money and stuff, while I'm not too sure about Russia Today, I've been doing some research on them, and I'm trying to figure out who owns them. I really can't. Besides people saying that it's you know, country sponsored, why are they the only ones on their main pages for today? I go through Yahoo and I can't find anything, and on their main page, American Spring on Brooklyn Bridge, and they're talking about that's one of the main stories. Occupy Wall Street. Why are they reporting it and our mainstream media isn't? Why is that? I'm not too sure. You know, why can I click here unless we're going back to the whole point of follow the money? When did this country become follow the money instead of follow the Constitution? I'm not real sure about that. But I know one thing. I know somebody tells me that they can help deal with this, and that's Ron Paul. So Ron Paul, here's your chance, buddy. Not saying you're the great white horse, but I'm saying at least you can kick open some pens. Thanks.